everyone, it's Justine for a very short and quick video today featuring the Blowing Butterfly stamp and Your Amazing stamp from So Susie Stamps. I wanted to show you a little technique. I've done lots of blending videos, but I haven't done many on how to blend in the middle of the card, because usually my advice is always to start off the paper and work your way in order to get no harsh lines and things like that. But I wanted to show you how you can do that without by starting in the middle of an actual card. So first I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to stamp in Versamark ink. You can see my stamp was a little bit dirty, that's why you can see the Versamark ink so well. But that's okay because I'm covering it with white embossing powder, and by the time I heat emboss it, it will turn pure white. I wanted to emboss this and then put some distress over it. Distress inks resist the embossing, so it's going to be really nice. And now you can see I start in the middle, and I almost put zero pressure, like none whatsoever, and I sort of just make a circular motion and start going. You can see I'm not getting any harsh lines at all, but it does take quite a long time to build up the color. I have you on, I think, 8 times the speed I'm actually doing it, so you can see that it does take quite a long time to build up the actual color itself. But again, just use the lightest hand possible and start in the middle and work your way out. You'll get a much darker middle and then a light faded look on the outside if you keep starting in the middle. That will also determine on how dark the distress ink you're using. I'm using a pretty light twisted citron. I think if I were using a very dark blue or a dark purple, I might have to start, not always go to the middle because it might become too saturated. And then to add a little bit more interest to the background, I wanted to add a little bit of squeezed lemonade, so I wanted it to go even lighter out towards the edges of the card. And I think that looks really, really great. Next, I'm going to splash some water on the cards because water reacts with the distress ink, so it's going to create some little droplets. And the last thing I just need to do is add my sentiment. So I'm grabbing the Your Amazing stamp from So Susie Stamps. I am embossing that, so I'm going to be stamping with Versamark ink on a piece of black cardstock, covering it with white embossing powder, tapping off the excess embossing powder, and then using a heat gun to heat up the sentiment. So my favorite thing to do is add a white sentiment to a little black panel like this. I think it looks really great, and it doesn't take very long and not a lot of extra work. So I'm going to grab my scissors and just cut down this sentiment here, add a little bit of 3D foam tape to that so that it pops off of the card, and then I'm going to stick it on my card, just slightly covering the bottom of that background there. And I think that it looks quite nice and elegant and very clean and simple. So thanks everyone for watching this video. If you're interested in any of the supplies that I used on this video, just check out my video description below or my blog. They'll have all the supplies listed as well as links to the stores. You can click up at the top to access the blog as well, or you can click on either moving video to check out another video. One is from So Susie Stamps and one is featuring a stenciling technique. And then on the YouTube channel, you can click the subscribe button in order to subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in a couple days for another video.